There we go. My phone notified me we are live. It is episode 65 of the At Odds Pod with myself, Jason Martinez, and there he is, Harry Mays, looking spry, fresh off a U.S. Open weekend. What's going on? Huh?
Not a whole hell of a lot now that the U.S. Open is over, man. This is like really the slow dregs season of the summer where you're just kind of waiting for football to start again.
The dog days of sports talk, Harry.
Yeah, it really is. I don't envy those guys having to go in there every day and trying to cobble together 4 hours.
Yeah,
because this was the time when you were just like, shit. I would advocate to the boss that we should just go dark for the month of July.
Save the electric bill.
Just play remix, like best ofs and stuff. And, any kind of, if we had any live games, you play them, but there's no need. Nobody needs to hear us for a month. Yeah. Give me a month off.
Yeah, I agree.
He hated that.
If you want it, look, I think you should just change the format. We could have been like an AOR station.
Right.
Like
play some music. Yeah.
The midday show album side at noon.
Oh, I would love that. That would be great.
Read some liner notes.
Read the liner notes. Yes. Oh, you got yes.
That would have
to the edge.
Yeah.
Sit back for 25 minutes.
This was Headley Grange.
Yes. But there was a big concert down in Wildwood over the weekend too. Did you see Jordan Mailata took the stage, man? And he was singing with Darius Rucker. Yeah, Hootie. The song All Right, which I guess is one of Darius's hits post Hootie and the Blowfish. He sounded pretty good.
Apparently he plays the ukulele and stuff.
Yeah. We knew that. Like when they got him, we would talk about him playing the ukulele, and a lot of people didn't like him playing the ukulele. They thought it was not manly enough, for a big 6'8", 380-pound tackle.
He looked like he was playing a spoon.
I know. Oh yeah. I mean, you ever notice it's always those guys that play the ukulele? They're always like Samoan or Hawaiian. They're always big dudes.
Yeah.
And the thing is literally like you said, it's like a little like a toy instrument in their hands.
It's like one you'd get out of the crane on the boardwalk in Wildwood, Harry. You'd win, that little crane. You can win one.
Yeah, but I heard the concert was pretty good. That's becoming a big deal. The guys, I know some of the guys that are involved in it, and they own it. They purchased, I guess, the rights to it from this concert that used to take place in Myrtle Beach every summer and moved it up to Wildwood, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year. They had Blake Shelton in as one of the headliners. He apparently got $1.5 million to fly in on his private plane, do a show for about an hour and a half, and then fly back to Oklahoma. How about that for a night's work?
Wow. That's a good gig if you can get it.
Yeah, and then they had Kid Rock, I think, closed it down on Sunday night. And, of course, Darius Rucker and a bunch of other big names. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Huge.
Wow. The thing about that, too, is Wildwood's a perfect beach for it.
Yes,
because the beaches are huge.
Yes,
right?
Huge. Yeah.
So you could pack a shit ton of people on that beach.
Yeah.
And have a big stage set up and the whole thing. I've never seen a concert on the beach, like a big concert on the beach.
I have. I saw Neil Young one summer at Atlantic City at the Steel Pier.
Okay.
They used to do shows. There was a couple summers in the 80s where they sort of brought back concerts at the Steel Pier, and Neil Young was there one night. And me and my buddy Mike Moore, I was down in Avalon. We drove up from Avalon to go to the concert. It was awesome. It was probably like 85.
On the beach watching.
Yeah. Well, there were like grandstands and stuff like on the beach.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was good.
That's pretty cool.
It's called the Barefoot Country Music Festival.
The right band on the beach as it's getting dusk to dark.
Yeah.
As the sand is not hot anymore, you start to get the cold sand. That's a good time.
Yeah.
But I got to imagine you got to be pretty careful with some of the overserved people rendering their way to the surf, Harry.
Yeah. I don't think the lifeguards are on duty then.
No, they're out.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. I got to go check out one of those shows.
Yeah.
I'd be into that because I'm going to the shore next week, Harry.
Oh, you are? Now, what did you do for Father's Day?
Father's Day, we actually we bought a camp, so we went up there and went camping.
Oh, this
Up
is up
in
near Morgantown, right?
yeah, up there, Narvon, PA, by the Maple
Narvon.
Grove Raceway here,
Yeah.
where the Top Fuels and Funny Cars are up there.
Yeah, my wife
And
actually lived in Narvon as a kid for a little while.
is that right?
Yeah.
Beautiful area.
Mm-hmm.
So we were up there for the weekend with the kids and everything, and just chilling in the. I just laid around in the woods. I took a 3-hour siesta in a hammock here between two trees that I tied it off on.
Wow.
Yeah, and
You
just
in a
tied one
hammock.
off and just sat there.
Now, what were you wearing? What kind of clothes? What clothes were you wearing?
Just a pair of shorts and pair of flip flops, and
Yeah.
you know, appropriate summer wear. I wasn't wearing a Speedo or anything like that.
Did you put on the sunscreen?
I'm in the woods. I mean, I
Well,
got a nice canopy of trees there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was beautiful. Just
All right.
chilling all weekend, and the old lady went out and bought a golf cart here, so we can putz around on the golf cart,
Oh my
all
God.
buckled.
Oh, gee.
It's a 4-seater though.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know. A lot of people at the shore have those.
Yeah,
And then they'll just take them to go out to restaurants and stuff at night. They'll just take the golf carts.
much
But-
easier.
Yeah, but I was up actually down in your area yesterday.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I played in a charity golf event at Broad Run.
Okay, you and I played there many years ago.
Yes, and it's in better shape now. It was
that
really
right?
good. Yeah. We
If I
had a
recall, it
great
was
time.
not up to your standards when we played.
No, it wasn't, but it was yesterday. The place is
Wow.
really good. And so I highly recommend it. People check that place out. Broad Run down, what's it, West Bradford?
West Stroudsburg Road, Harry. I lived a mile and a half past that.
But what's the
Um,
township?
That's West Bradford Township.
West
yes.
Bradford Township.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep,
it's like going around your ass to get to your elbow to get there. I mean, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable. All the turns you take on these little backcountry roads.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
totally lost. If it weren't for Waze, I never would have found it.
Yeah. I lived not even 2 miles from there,
Mhm.
just past the state police barracks up there off West Stroudsburg Road for many years.
Okay.
Out there in the sticks. And
Not
there's
far from
nothing-
322.
Not
really,
too far
right?
at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a track that you want to walk.
No, I don't even think you could walk it.
No, it's
To
too,
be
it's
honest
too
with
spread out.
It is massive, that property. And a
Used
lot
to
of
be called
hills.
Tattersall.
Correct. That was private when it was called
Yes.
Tattersall.
Yep. And that was the neighborhood and everything. They changed it, and it's a good spot.
I
it's a
think
good
that was
couple.
back. When was that? Back in the early to mid 90s when that opened as Tattersall?
May have been even later. May have been around 2002. 2003.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
even later. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess they couldn't make a go of it as a private club, and then it went public. They changed the name, rebranded it, and so forth. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's in really good shape, man. We finished T3 in the event, 10 under, 12 under, won it. Two teams tied at 12 under, and then they had to, decided how they did the playoff. I think the better back nine score was one of the groups, and they ended up winning it by virtue of that. But we were T3. And I drained a lot of putts, and I hit on the one of the par fives, the 15th hole, I believe it was. It's kind of an uphill par five. You're right on the top of the mountain, but it's still uphill. We were 237 out with our tee shot, and I hit a 3-wood to 7 feet
Wow.
and made the eagle. We made eagle on that hole.
Wow.
That was
That's
awesome.
when you just got to pack up your bag right after that, Harry, and go home.
Exactly.
It's not going to get any better.
Right. I looked like Wyndham Clark on the 14th hole when he nutted that 3-wood or whatever, 5-wood or 3-wood. I forget what he even hit in there onto the par 5 and ended up making birdie. Rory made bogey on that hole, and that was the difference in the U.S. Open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I did see a tweet of yours during the U.S. Open. They were having some audio issues, I understand, Harry.
Oh, it's terrible.
I mean, how
Audio
can you screw
and
up a production like that?
dude, I think NBC sucks. Okay, as far as the golf, I
coverage.
can't stand their crew. First of all, here's my question: they're paying Mike Tirico like $20 million a year or whatever the fuck it is. It's some obscene number. He's only doing football. Why wasn't Mike Tirico on the golf? He's great with golf.
He is versatile. He's a versatile play-by-play guy in all aspects. And golf is kind of like a host almost.
Yeah, he gets golf. Like he gets it. So he just does Olympics and football. What a gig.
Yeah, that is a hell of a gig for that kind of payday, especially a guy that has been like kind of the Swiss Army knife broadcaster used all over.
Because, I mean, like Dan Hicks and Azing, right? I can't take it. I just can't take it.
I tell you what, Gruden could not have been happy about his usage or lack of usage there. I'll tell you what, this Mike Tirico.
Yeah. I think Tirico's good though.
I do too. I do as well. And without Johnny Miller, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
give me Johnny Miller, or and as soon as he retired, ditch those other nerds, get them out.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, Azinger's no Johnny Miller.
No, God,
No.
Johnny Miller was fantastic.
No.
Oftentimes,
critical.
Overly critical of players. Players
Yes.
did not like it because he was honest.
Right.
He'd be like, he was like you in the booth. You have got to hit a better wedge.
I would have loved to hear what he said when Rory put a 125-yard wedge shot embedded it into the bunker.
Yeah,
with a 56-degree wedge, didn't hit the green.
Roasted him.
Yeah, and he should have.
Yeah, and that's why Johnny Miller was great. I loved listening to him and the broadcast that he was on. Other than that, how was the U.S. Open for you?
Well, I'm an anybody but McIlroy guy, so I was glad that he didn't win it because the media just roots for him. It's like the Rory McIlroy Network was broadcasting the thing. They refused to really talk about how great Wyndham Clark was playing. It was always trying to find a way that Rory could still win the tournament.
Wedging him in
nauseating.
Yeah.
Wyndham Clark was terrific. He executed so many different times. He got a couple of breaks, and you got to have some breaks to win a tournament like that. But man, he legitimized his first win at the Wells Fargo a couple of weeks ago. He's got two now. He's one of these. He's a late 20s guy, not necessarily a young gun, but he's entering the prime of his career, and he's got 2 wins. So you like when these guys win multiple times. It doesn't make it seem like it was a fluke.
Yeah, they belong.
And I love the golf course. I thought it was great. There's a lot of criticism about there weren't enough fans allowed in there. The place is the way it is constructed to have a lot of fans moving around the property is just you can't. There's a lot of places you can't go, like the Playboy Mansion corner, which is where Ricky Fowler made a huge putt, like a 72-foot putt for birdie.
There's been a lot of putts made at that Playboy Mansion corner.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of things going in the hole at that place. There's no doubt about it. But if the 13th green and the 14th tee are back at this remote corner, and then there's a hedgerow, and then there's the Playboy Mansion. Well, they don't want people milling around back there, so they cut off the access to it. So he makes this putt, and there was hardly a clap. So people were ripping the tournament for that. It's like, dude, you're like Dave Portnoy. This is outrageous. Like, idiot. Do you know where this is? Like, you can't get back there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just unfortunate that he made it on that hole.
Was there a bustle in the hedgerow, Har?
A bustle in the hedgerow, yes. A nice Led Zeppelin reference. But I think there was only like 24,000 tickets. And 14,000 of those, I believe, were the hospitality tickets, which is access to the tents, and they're more expensive. There was only like 9,000 general admission tickets.
To follow a group around.
Well, yeah, just to get into the place, the grounds ticket. And those are the people generally that are drinking beers and making noise and making it seem like, when somebody makes something happen, they go nuts. And there wasn't a lot of that. It was like a corporate U.S. Open. Well, so it was kind of dulled.
And couple that with the fact that what just went down with Liv in the PGA.
Yeah.
And it creates a very easy narrative for the low-hanging fruit, hot takers out there.
Right.
Oh, this happened. The sport's dying now because
golf is dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody wants to pronounce everything's dead way before it's dead. You know what I mean?
I pronounced sports radio dead back in 2014. I think I was right.
Yeah, and you were on it at the time. Matter of fact, you announced that sports radio was dead, Har, on your sports radio show.
I did it. You're right.
I'll tell you, that's foresight, Harry.
Yes.
I think you were right too.
Oh man.
I think we all knew it at the time, but we didn't want to admit it at the time.
Right. But what about this mess with I-95, man? Are you keeping track of this thing? They've got like a live cam on the rebuild of it, apparently, right?
What, did you get to flip on the cam so you can watch 6 guys watching one guy work and then take a break?
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
I haven't been watching it. Thank God I don't have to go that direction and on that road, because that has got to be a freaking nightmare for the people that have to commute to work and actually use that stretch. That's awful.
It's a lot dumping onto 295 in both directions because it kind of runs parallel in Jersey. and I'll have to do that the next 2 days, tomorrow and Thursday. I got to go to the, as we call it in hockey parlance, Harry, FTC, the Flyers Training Center.
Oh,
to go there tomorrow to tape a Broadcasters Roundtable podcast.
okay.
And then I have to go there on Thursday for to tape an interview with Danny Briere after his media availability. So, so I may be getting some of the shrapnel from this. But why do people have this necessary thing to have to be a voyeur and look at? Like, you ever see these webcams of like some eagle that's got sitting on an egg and they're waiting for the egg to, like, why are we watching these things?
Because people are bored, and they'll just watch anything.
I mean, it becomes this whole thing. They're waiting for a baby whale to give birth to its calves, or
Mm-hmm.
like I don't.
Or
care.
like the pandas in the zoo or something.
Yeah.
When they have a kid, when they have a baby panda, right?
Yeah. I don't need to see all this.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, I'm out on the webcam.
Yeah.
You know. Meanwhile, we're doing.
I don't need 24/7 footage
of anything.
Of anything. No. Yeah.
No. It's exactly right, Harry. So yeah, I mean, the 95 thing is wild, and just in time for the shore traffic and everything.
Oh yeah.
To have to deal with that. We'll see how fast they can get this done in, because, I mean, that part of 95 up there has been under construction since I was birthed.
Oh, I know. It's constantly under construction. Yeah. Like, it was a nightmare to begin with, and now I can't imagine how bad it must be. Yeah,
it must be just an absolute total mess. I mean, 202, when I moved back to Westchester from Old City, and I was working in Bala Cynwyd at WIP, and then at Bala Cynwyd with the Fanatic. I had to take 202 to 76, and oftentimes get off 76 to pick you up when you had the bum ankle.
Right.
But 202 was under construction, that widening project, I think, for a decade.
Yeah.
And as soon as it opened up, and it was beautiful for about a month, and then I got fired, and I didn't have to travel 202 anymore. I'm like, God damn it. I wanted to take advantage of this.
Right.
I didn't care about not going into work anymore.
No. All these years of toiling on 202 under construction, then you get fired.
Yeah. I remember going home. My wife would text me and say, what time are you going to be home? I'd call her and I'd say, let me get around this bend to see how far it's backed up here before Swedesford Road, where it went into 2 lanes. Then I can tell you.
Right.
Because if I came around the bend and it was pretty flush, I'm good. I'll be home in 20 minutes.
That's the problem with living so far out, man. It's like when I was in Phoenixville, that was an issue too.
Yeah. Well, you had 422 there, right?
Well, no, I'd go 23 through the park.
Okay.
Through Valley Forge Park. But that, certain times a day, that's like leaving an Eagles game.
Yeah. Yeah.
With all the traffic lights, it's just one solid stream of traffic that, it's going 5 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. It has been a pain in the ass driving all the way out to where I live in Westchester.
Yeah.
But when I get out here, I'm like, thank God I'm here.
Right.
So it's not bad. But, coming up this weekend, we're going down to the shore.
Mm-hmm.
We're leaving Saturday. We got Ocean City, New Jersey. We went to Ocean City, Maryland last year.
Okay.
My first time ever, by the way, in Ocean City, Maryland.
Love Ocean City, Maryland.
Yep. It was so different too. Like, it was refreshing to go. But we're going back to New Jersey this year. We're going to Ocean City, New Jersey. And I'm staying on 7th Street, Harry. And right up on the boardwalk, a block and a half from where I'll be staying for the week, is our sponsor, the Fudge Kitchen.
Get out of town.
I saw it on the map. Yep. It's a 7th in the boardwalk, the Fudge Kitchen. I'm like, I told Ange, I said, hey, we're staying in our sponsor, Harry and I sponsor for the G's Pie. She goes, oh, we'll have to go in. I go, it didn't matter that they were a sponsor. You were going in anyway.
Well, right. She's going to get a couple of edibles, get all buckled, and then go eat some fudge.
Yep. She said today she's got to Google where the closest dispensary is in Ocean City, because in Jersey they do sell recreational edibles. In PA they do not.
You can't get booze in Ocean City, New Jersey. Are you expecting you're going to get edibles?
I don't. But it's dry of alcohol, Harry. Does it have to be dry of the?
I would think so.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Yeah, but the official sponsor.
There's a place in Brigantine, though. So
okay, well, that's not too far. That's near Atlantic City. Official sponsor for Not For Long Media and the G's podcast. You heard it, the original Fudge Kitchen, a staple of the Jersey Shore. 6 locations: Cape May, Wildwood, Stone Harbor, and Ocean City, right near where Jason's going to be vacationing for a week. You're going to have to do a video when you go in there. Like, you put it up on put it up on social media. The Original Fudge Kitchen makes all their fudge right in the store, guaranteeing a delicious product. Stop by, let them know that N4L sent you. Now, you got to do that. You got to let them know who you are and that Not For Long Media sent you there, okay?
I won't tell them who I am. I'll just say I hear about you guys on the Odds podcast. You got to keep advertising there.
That's
and I'll go
good.
in and get the old lady out with the credit card and really make a nice purchase.
That's good. Yeah. But if you're not able to visit in person, they ship it across the USA. Check them out at fudgekitchens.com. The Original Fudge Kitchen, shipping fudge and sweet treats across the country. Nice.
Did you see the new Flyer jerseys that were unveiled today, Harry?
I mean, I did. It was on Crossing Broad. They had a picture of it. But I mean, who cares? Looks like the old.
What do you think of them, though? It's the other orange. It's called the burnt orange.
Oh, jeez.
Right. So I'll put it up on the screen here so people can see, and you'll see. Yeah. There we go. That's Travis Sanheim.
Okay.
Is that Travis Sanheim? Why is he wearing 23? He's not number 23, but that is Travis Sanheim. So there's Sanheim in the jersey in the road whites, and then there's Owen Tippett in the home orange with the black numerals on the sleeve. What do you think of that?
I mean, it's nothing. I don't think anything.
You don't think anything of it?
No. I mean, this team, they keep mascots, new jerseys. When are they going to fucking win?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
all in all, the jersey. Who's in the jersey?
Exactly. Now you're zotzing in and out there. Something happened?
Let me stop that.
It matters who's wearing the sweater, not the color of the sweater or the fact that the numbers are all white or black. Who cares?
So you haven't gotten caught up in the Kelly Green mania of Eagle fans?
No. Does that has to come up? That's like an obligatory argument around this time of year when nothing's going on.
Yeah.
You're going to bring back the Kelly Green.
Yeah. People go nuts, and the black uniform's always a divisive one. Half the people love it, half the people
I don't like
hate
the
it.
black uniforms because that's not their color.
I do like the black jersey, though.
Well, yeah, for the or the Las Vegas Raiders, I like it, or the Steelers.
I like it for the Eagles, too.
You do?
I like the Flyers black ones, too. Yeah. I've always been a fan of that. I like those. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, it is about who's in the uniform, not what the actual uniform looks like.
Well, the draft is coming up, right?
Yeah, next week when I'm down
the NBA
Wednesday night will
draft,
be the first round.
NBA draft is this week, I think, and then the NHL's next week.
Yeah.
So who's it looking like they're probably going to take, or who would be available? Where do they pick, like 7th or something?
They have 7 and 22 in the first round because of that Provorov trade. They end up picking up 22. At 7, I don't think this Matvei Mishkov is going to end. Matvei Mishkov rushing to the KHL. I don't think he's going to be there.
Okay.
Although he would be a Tom Byrne favorite. Although it's not a great Russian name for Tom Byrne.
No,
he likes a few more syllables, like a Swede, like Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Harry, that's a Tom Byrne special.
Does he play for Nashville?
No, he's Buffalo.
Oh, because Nashville has all those Swedes.
Yeah. UC Saros. He loves those guys.
I know.
Could you hear him breaking down the goaltending of Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen?
Oh, it'd be great.
But
fantastic.
So it depends who's going to be there. I mean, 9 of the top 10 ranked players by best player available are forwards. But if you're picking at 7, I don't have any inside information here, but if you're picking at 7, you go, I'm going to take either the 7th best forward or the number 1 ranked defenseman. Do you start to think about that at that point in the draft?
Right.
So I don't know.
You don't think they could package the 2 picks to move up a slot or 2? Was that worth doing?
In a draft like this, where it's really good, I don't think there's a big appetite for teams to move out of it to incur risk going, you traded down 3 spots and they ended up with a player that's 10 times better than the one that you got at 7.
Oh, okay.
So if you're drafting 3rd, you're Columbus. Are you going to draft down, slide down? Probably not. So the price to move up, I think, would be so exorbitant that I don't know that it's really in the cards to happen in a draft like this. For a general manager to do that, Harry, you're really incurring a lot of risk.
Okay. Well, I saw where Briere allegedly was close to moving Kevin Hayes.
Well, yeah, his name's been out there for a while,
Yeah.
attached to Columbus as well. His house is on the market. I don't know if it's sold yet or not, but he doesn't expect to be here. That was really indicative of his exit press conference. But we'll see. I mean, you're probably gonna have to eat some money on that contract.
Wow.
Maybe he goes to Boston because Bergeron's retiring.
Is there still any talk about them trading the goaltender?
Yeah, there's a little buzz out there still.
Wow.
It calmed
Carter
down
Hart.
for a bit. But a guy that I do stick to hockey with, Anthony DeMarco, was saying that it may be heating up again. So we'll see. You got to be careful though, man. Trading a goal, you don't get a great return for that position.
Yeah,
you just don't get the return that's commensurate with the importance of the position, which is odd, right?
Yeah. And there was a big trade in the NBA. Bradley Beal was shipped from Washington to Phoenix, I guess for Chris Paul and probably some other stuff. I don't know, but those were the two notable names. And the Sixers.
What are the Sixers going to do, Harry?
I don't know. It looks like they're going to try to re-sign Harden.
Was that a mistake?
Yeah. Well, if they can get him for only 2 years, it's probably all right. But if you can't go 4 years with that guy.
Well, they all opt out anyway.
Well, I know, but I mean, a 2-year deal, I could stomach that, I guess.
Yeah, but as constructed with Harden and Embiid, they're not capable of winning it.
No.
I mean, so don't you have to do something different? I mean, at this point, are all the processors at this point at the belief that they should restart the process because Embiid's almost 30 now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do they want to restart the process, Harry, and do it over again?
I'm just so done with it all.
I am too.
I really am.
Yeah. I wasn't on board with it from the get, but
yeah, I did enjoy watching Denver play, and I enjoyed seeing Jimmy Butler get as far as he did with that team.
As an 8
Although
seed.
he kind of went to sleep in the finals too.
Yeah, I think he was worn down, Harry.
Yeah, you think so?
He carried them so far, and you only can do that so far. Did you see the Denver parade, though?
No, I didn't.
I'd like to thank the 6 people that came out for it.
Is that right?
Oh, my God. It was embarrassing.
Well, I know.
It looked like a high school math team won their championship.
Wow. I know Jokic was a little upset that he had to stick around a couple more days to do the stupid parade. He wanted to go back to Europe.
I'm sticking around for this?
Right, exactly.
Give me a parade.
Right.
Meanwhile, the Vegas Golden Knights parade, they can throw a party out there. Those dudes were buckled.
Really?
Oh, they tried to get William Karlsson off the stage because he was just so ripped and just dropping F-bomb after. I mean, he was all over it. And there was no easy way to get him off the stage unless you grabbed the potato sack, threw it over his entire body, and threw it over your shoulder and hauled him off.
Wow. And then the Phillies have won like 13 of their last 15 games.
Well, they brought the song back, Harry.
Oh, is that why?
The Dancing on My Own song.
Oh, God.
By Callum Scott, the cover of the Robin song. And now all of a sudden, they're steaming again.
Mm-hmm. So, they were playing a lot of shit teams, too.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the Diamondbacks, the Oakland A's, the Detroit Tigers. But
you got to beat those.
You got to beat those teams, and they did it. So 13 out of 15.
Years.
Now they got the Braves in town.
Yeah. Well, for years, the Marlins were their undoing. And the Marlins stunk.
Oh, yeah.
So, real quick, did you see this story of the missing submarine?
No.
There's this company. I forget what the company's called. Titan or something like that. And they have this little mini submarine, and they go down and they look at shipwrecks, and they're looking at the Titanic. There's like 5 people on board. And they're like sitting in like this capsule, and this thing is now gone missing for like 2.5 days. They have like 40 hours of oxygen left, and they can't find this thing anywhere. Because you're looking at a rescue that's submerged and underwater and on top of the water. They're looking at both areas to try and find. They have no contact with it.
Wow.
And these people like buy tickets to go on this thing. And I imagine you got to be loaded to go on this little
Could the thing have
sub.
depressurized and everybody inside is already dead like it happens with an airplane every once in a while?
Could. I mean, you never know. The thing could have had a catastrophic failure of some sort. But they can't find this thing. They're looking for it. And it'd be cool to see the Titanic down there and everything, but you can't dive down there as a scuba diver. It's just too deep.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to go in one of these pressurized, unit like that. But I'm telling you, if I'm loaded with cash, like a multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever, I am not taking that kind of risk.
No.
I got no desire to see the
I
Titanic.
mean, what else are you going to find about the Titanic that hasn't already been found?
Yeah, watch the movie.
I mean, wasn't that like 1912?
Yeah. Well, they have all these graphic images now because they have these drones and stuff, that underwater drones and stuff that can fly like in all the rooms and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I can look at it on the TV. I'm just fine.
Yeah.
But, man.
No.
I can't think of anything worse though, being trapped in a submarine that has got some kind of failure and you can't get it to the surface.
Couple miles below the surface.
Yeah.
How far down are they? How far down is that?
13,000 feet deep.
So that's almost
about
3
the size
miles.
of a minivan with
It's
5
almost
people.
3 miles.
Yeah.
5,280 feet is a mile. So it's more than 2 miles, almost 3. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out on that.
Me too.
I'm not in that at all. Anything else you want to get to on this happy hour edition, Harry? There is nothing going on. John Shelton messages in and says Martinez is going right to the barn after this to stone Pat Egan. Nah, Martinez is retired.
You're retired?
I have not put on skates quite a bit in the wintertime because I was coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on the ice a lot. But I have not put on the smelly hockey bag of goalie gear in over a year now, about 15 months.
Wow.
I have not put my hand in the blocker, Harry, or the trapper.
Is it still sweaty if you put your hand in there? Yeah.
Oh, God, it probably smells awful.
Oh, it's gross.
I got to get some fresh sweat on the palms of those things.
Oh, God.
They're probably crispy at this point.
Oh,
not Terry crisp, but crispy. So, yeah, I'm itching a little bit to get back out there, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm 51 now, Harry. I'm beat up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got nothing left. I'm shot.
You're shot.
Yeah. Hips are shot.
Remember when Bruno would say that about like 20 minutes after 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
First segment of the show. I'm shot.
Meanwhile, he came on, said hello, teed you up,
read the show
teed up
sheet.
Eunice, read the show sheet, and took a break. Unbelievable. Did you see he got a boat?
Yeah. That's not a good investment.
A boat's
you just
like
need
pool.
Friends with boats. That's what you need. Okay.
Yes. It's one of those things you don't want to have to care for and maintain.
No.
But like going into a swimming pool is great.
Yeah.
But having to maintain the swimming pool and just throw money after dollar in chemicals to keep it. Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah. I grew up with a swimming pool, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Me and the old lady had one at the house out there in West Bradford, Harry.
Oh, yeah?
We had a 98,000 gallon in-ground pool, black bottom, concrete. The whole thing was built in 1978, the pool. And I got so sick of this thing and throwing so much money into it because it was black bottom and it would grow algae in like the drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm shocking the shit out of this thing every 10 minutes, it seemed.
Right.
And vacuuming it, and skimming it, and all this. I had the robot, the whole thing. And eventually I drained that thing. My buddy came over with a big concrete drill. We drilled huge holes in the concrete, knocked all the coping around the sides, into the pool. And he brought his little skid steer over with the forks, and we took the apron around it, flipped it right into the pool. And I got 7 triaxles of fill dirt and filled that sucker in.
Wow. 7 triaxle loads?
It was like a mountain. And he just went out there with his thing and smoothed it all out.
What, does he have a bobcat?
Yeah. It's great. Went out there and did it in a couple hours.
Wow.
Right. And so people, when we sold the house, moved in, it'd be a great spot for a pool. They go to put one in, they go, oh shit, there's already one here. Oh, there's an old snowmobile in here too. We had like a dilapidated horse barn in the back that we knocked down and put that in the pool too.
Did you?
Filled it all in. Yeah. Rotted wood.
Yeah, well, that'll decompose.
Yeah. That's all combustible material.
Yeah.
So
good.
Anything else you want to get to?
Nah, I think we hit it all.
I think we hit it all as well. frankly, we hit it all, Harry, at 7 minutes in.
Exactly.
As soon as we were done the U.S. Open talk, we were done.
Stretch.
All right, I got to get to a break.
All right.
All right. That's it. That's episode 65. We'll talk to everybody next week. We'll talk to you from the shore and the Fudge Kitchen. Everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time with the RG.